Hello, viewers. Good morning. This is Inside Agwa TV, and this is our Weekend Digest program. In this week edition, we shall be discussing the Agwa Electrification project. With me in the studio are Comrade John Uchenwoke Mbono, alias the Young Prof. The Young Prof, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, moderator. Good morning, viewers.
Thank you. Also, in today's program, we have one of our senior brother in the house. I'd like to, at this point, introduce our guest in the studio. He's not that person, but Mr. Nduka Ozor. Mr. Nduka Ozor is the National Treasurer of Agwa Central Union. Also, he is the Chairman, Agwa Electricity Committee under ACU. And again, he is the sole sponsor of Mbala Agwa Football Club. And recently, he led the team to the Nigeria Football Federation National League, where they came second in the whole of the Southeast. And the team was subsequently promoted to Division 2. Mr. Nduka Ozor, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much. At this point, we shall go for a short break. And when we return, we shall hit the ground running, as we will be hearing from the guest speaker of today's event. Stay tuned, and I promise you, you won't regret it.
Equipment. It is our collective effort, whether you like it or not. The oil that they are drilling from Mbala Umefeke Umumbo, it is affecting the entire Agwa one way or the other. That we are giving the status of NDTC coming to do one or two things from you. It's not by virtue of you are from Agwa. It is because of the proximity between you and oil producing areas. So please, let us take this thing as our own, protect it, and ensure that at the end of the process, we all benefit from it. So today, by the grace of God, on behalf of Sterling Global, we want to officially announce that the Agwa Electrification project will commence immediately, and that we have awarded this contract.
All right, welcome back. Once again, this is Inside Agwa Weekend Digest. In the studio, we have Mr. Nduka Ozor. Mr. Nduka Ozor is the chairman, Agwa Electricity Committee. He's here with us. And joining us too is one of our own, Comrade Uchenwoke Mbono, alias the Young Prof. Welcome to Weekend Digest. Comrade Mbono, over to you.
Okay, good morning once again, viewers. This is Inside Agwa Weekend Digest. And in today's edition, we are looking at Agwa Electrification project anchored by Sterling Global Resources. And in the studio, that is our guest, Mr. Nduka Ozor.
Thank you so much for having me once again. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
He is the chairman of the Agwa Electrification Project. And beyond this, he has been a flat-out type person to Agwa. Today is Saturday and an Agwa traditional market day, for day. And we'll be looking at the long walk to Agwa Electrification Project, which have come to reality last week, Saturday, but that is on the 19th of August at All Seasons Hotel in Owerri, where the Stanley Global, led by our brother Chijioke Oku, who represented them to officially flag off the Agwa Electrification Project. And with us here is the chairman of the Electrification Project. Please, can you hear the chairman talk to us on how the project came about? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity to listen to the numerosity of your idea and the diaspora. Like I said before, my name is Nduka Ozor. I'm the chairman of Agwa Electrification Committee.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, you need to speak up so that our viewers can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Like I said before, my name is Nduka Ozor. I'm the chairman of Agwa Electrification Committee. When we came on board, our Central Union, when we came on board, we had a commitment to make sure that the restiveness and insecurity in Agwa is curtailed to a minimal position. We commit ourselves to ensuring that the electrification project in Agwa will be a thing of the past, and Agwa people will begin to enjoy electricity before December 2022. The President General of Agwa Central Union, Barrister Benson Akuna, made that commitment, and immediately we came on board, immediately we took out of office, we moved into action. I don't know why he decided to make me the committee chairman, but I know that whatever I commit myself to do, I make sure I do it to the best of my ability. So we had a document previously developed by Agwa people on how Agwa would electrify it. But before then, Agwa has made several attempts. Agwa people have made several attempts. The government has failed us. All our previous attempts to the government to get Agwa electrified was unsuccessful. Our politicians on their own, they tried to bring electricity to Agwa, but to be honest, it's not completely in their hands to do that. So we have not been able to get electricity. Even Stanley Global, when they came into Agwa, our people began to begin for several projects from them. Then sometimes last year, we were able to reach into an agreement through the Global Memorandum of Understanding. The Imo State government actually played a very vital role there. They came in and discussed with the communities. Agwa people, especially the oil producing area, said the most important thing they want from them for now, as part of their corporate social responsibility, is electrification. And then the process started. There was kind of delay in communication. Will it be or will it not be? Agwa Central Union came in through my office. We wrote them several letters telling them that if they're not interested to do this work, they should please let us know so that we can take it up ourselves. Fortunately, They responded very well. Agwa Central Union, this present Agwa Central Union, whatever we say, it's not a matter of August. The project was officially flagged off by the representative of Agwa Central, Kevin Global. It's a huge project, and as I'm talking to you now, work is going on Agwa Electrification Committee project. A lot of people have doubted, is it not part of those promise and fail? But no, this time around it is not. This is just a late it's all about. So for now, the project has started.
Okay. I think viewers have listened to you. There is this doubt or the villagers getting to believe some other story concerning the electrification project. Some are of the opinion that why would it be that Sterling is only electrifying the host community? What happened to the rest of the 10 other communities in Agwa, making it 10? So could you please clarify this?
Well, Sterling not even is not right because they are bringing this electricity group, and then the high tensions will come through over the arrow to Bano, that is Obama, and the junction there. And this is high tension. So at least this is the first part of the project. The first part of the project covers up to this area. So as part of OBT, so it is not only a host community. The moment this high tension comes into these places, other part of Agwa can benefit from it. But what happens is when it gets into the low tension, the LT, they have a lot of concentration in the host communities. And that's where Agwa Central Union comes in. But on the day the project is being flagged off, Stalin told us not to be in a haste. And you heard him say, you heard the representative said, as long as there is oil in one or two communities in Agwa, every other part of Agwa will benefit from it because it affects them in one way or the other. So we are watching. However, Agwa Central Union, we are not resting on our oars. We have moved on to say, in case the other areas in Agwa did not get the low tension wires. Already there are existing wires in Agwa in some of all these areas. For instance, if you go to Oba, the line that goes to Amapuredere and some part of Oba has existing poles and wires, although some of them have been vandalized. If you go to Obama, Obakuma, Umuome, Umuebu, there are also part of the existing wires are still there, so some of them have been vandalized. So what Agwa Central Union is thinking of, and the Electrification Committee is thinking of, in case Stalin do not have the resources to cover the rest of Agwa, we will work and see how we can link up to the high tension that has already been put in place by Stalin Global. And they are not coming to put only high tension, they're also powering it. So as these high tension lines that I mentioned to you, there are brand new transformers that will be installed. So it's only a matter of reticulate the low tension and then hook it up to the high tension. And then every other part of Agwa will have light. But I can assure you, there is no way one part of Agwa will have electricity and the other side will not have electricity. It will not happen. Even if it means going to Starlink Global to tell them, hey guys, this cannot happen. Help us to pick it up. We'll talk to them. And again, during the high tension, low tension, some of the materials recovered, we will put them in use. It is a win-win for us all. It's not possible that one part of Agwa will have electricity and the other part will not have electricity. As far as I remain the chairman of the electrification board, sorry, as long as I remain the electrification committee chairman of Agwa Central Union, I'm not going to allow that to happen. It's not possible. Thank you.
All right. Viewers, you've heard him assuring us that the electrification project is not only for the host community, rather, what Sterling is trying to do is to, at this first phase, to make sure that the host community is being electrified via the transit communities. Then Agwa Central Union, led by Barrister Benson, rest of Agwa, and in inertia, is assuring us that as Mbala has been electrified and they will have electricity light on or before December, so also other parts of Agwa. I think that is very clear to us. Then again,
all right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Comrade Mbono. I'd like to ask the chairman at this point in time. We had, like you rightly said, that between now and December, Agwa will be electrified. And yet there are concerns that the Sterling Global Resources Limited are particularly concerned about the direct host communities. So what message of hope, even though you have mentioned it in your speech that there's no way the entire Agwa will not be electrified, are you saying that by the time you are unveiling or commissioning the electricity project, it's not going to be skeletal or in phases? So my question is it going to be in phases, or that the day the electricity project will be commissioned, the whole entire Agwa would have been electrified? Can you clear us on that?
Yes, I said it. The electrification project is coming to Agwa. It is running through Agwa Road. It is running through Agwa community. The fact that Sterling Global is in Mbala, Umefeke, and Omombo does not mean their activities is not affecting other part of Agwa. Now, once it comes into Agwa, it becomes Agwa project. And like I said, this current Agwa Central Union, we are not interested in which village you come from. We are interested in the entire Agwa. Before that light will be switched on and said, "Hurrah, electrification in Agwa," the rest of Agwa will be powered. My committee has moved ahead to create a fundraising committee, subcommittee, that is made up of eminent sons and daughters of Agwa around and in diaspora. And they are not relenting. They have mapped out strategies to make sure that the moment this high tension is passed, other parts of Agwa will begin to have work with them. Apart from that, we're also in touch with BBBC to make sure that even if they donate materials to us, we can use it to complement what Sterling is bringing. In all, I am assuring you, once again, somebody from OBD, for instance, cannot say he's going to Mbala to charge his phone because there's electricity in Mbala. No, the moment there is electricity in Mbala, there will be electricity in OBD, there will be electricity in Umuebu. This is one thing we are going to make sure that happens in Agwa. We are not doing this is not a period where we divide Agwa and say this part of Agwa we have it. No, the period where we play politics with what comes to Agwa is gone. This present Agwa Central Union, we're not interested in where you come from. Like I said, we are all working as Agwa people. I'm from Mbala, and I cannot see an Obidi man suffering. I cannot see an Umwepu man suffering. I cannot see an Umwami man suffering. Or maybe they come to Mbala, say they want to enjoy the electricity when they can have it in their village. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. That is quite assuring. To our viewers, this is Inside Agwa Weekend Digest. And with us in the studio this morning is Mr. Nduka Ozor, who is the chairman of Agwa Electricity Committee. He is in the studio to clarify issues around the Agwa Electrification Project awarded by Sterling Global Resources, a multinational oil company that's already in Agwa for some years now. I'd like to, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to also ask, are there concerns you have concerning this project? Again, if from the video we played in this studio this morning, we saw that Sterling Global Services made it categorically clear that the project will begin immediately. If that is true, has the project started, and what stage are we now?
All right. The project was flagged off on Friday last week. And on Saturday, the contractor mobilized to site. We are providing them security. Agwa Central Union is providing them security through Agwa Vigilante. If you notice what happened in Agwa now, in the past few weeks, we have made sure that there is enough presence of police. Apart from Agwa Division, police division, we have some other tactical teams in Agwa right now, making sure that peace and tranquility reigns in Agwa. We are providing the contractor security from the point of from Ejimekuru to Agwa, where the pole is coming in from. Report that I got yesterday have told me that they have almost finished digging the hole to plant the pipes, the poles. The poles are being customized. Wherever you see those Agwa Electricity, they are customized. When you see the poles, you know. So, and the standards are high. At least the contractor has assured us that after the project, that in the next 50 years, that the materials, if not vandalized by hoodlums or so, Agwa Electrification will not have any serious needs for maintenance, especially the high tensions. So they are coming in with quality materials. So for now, the work is in progress. If you are doubting me, you can send somebody through Ejimekuru Oba Road. That's where they have started so far. And then the first milestones the contractor is doing. Very soon they'll start planting the poles.
Wow, that's very encouraging to hear. Well, before I return to Comrade Mbono, I'd like to ask, are there calls you need to make to our sons and daughters? I heard you have already constituted a committee that is already compiling names of Agwa sons and daughters to be part of this project. Furthermore, are there concerns that you would like to reach out to our people who will watch this program after now?
Yes, I would say for now, we do not want, we know the economic situation in our community. We know the how rich they are, we know how poor they are. And we would not like to label them so much That is why we have created a committee to see how we can raise funds without too much burden on our people. But certainly they will be part of the Electrification Committee. For instance, if we are supposed to levy every Agwa man 1,000 naira, and some of our sons and daughters contribute half of that money, so what we now do is to levy them 500 naira. But by and large, this is a community project. I'm saying this in the event that Stalin did not complete the rest of Agwa. This is why I'm saying this. But the promise we are getting from them is that, hey guys, hold on yet. Let us finish the high tension, get into the low tension, and see how it goes. So, but we are standby. We are standing by. We are standing by to make sure that nothing fails. Nothing fails. Even if they said, okay, come see how we can help us put the rest of Agwa on the grid, we will be ready to work on that. So my concern is that I want to assure our people, anytime they see people coming on for collection, they have the approval of Agwa Central Union. And then the most important to our youth, to those people who said we are not going to sleep, this is a project we have been yearning for a very long time. Most of their parents have not even taken cold water through electricity, have not taken cold water before. There are so many things our people can gain from this electricity. They should not attempt to vandalize it. We have instructed the security officers and the security men, if anybody tries to tamper with the products and the materials or the equipment, please arrest them and get them to the police. We will make sure that the person did not go free. The time, if in fact, if you are walking on the road and see a cut wire from where and off court, please leave it there. You can even tell the police or our mobile vigilante men, I saw some wires there, please go and pick it. I think it belongs to the company that is doing this. Don't try to take it. Don't just leave it there, just go and report. Because if they see you with any of the materials or the equipment, you might go in for it. This is not the time we'll be begging you people to. We are ready to protect what comes in Agwa, legally and otherwise.
Wow. At this point, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank you so much for being part of this program. It's a pleasure to have you here in the studio and to hear you clarify issues around the Agwa Electrification project. Before we wind up the program, I'd like to take concluding speeches from all the guests in the house. Like I said earlier, I have been joined by Comrade John Mbono, and also you've been hearing from our chairman talking about Agwa Electricity Project. Comrade John Mbono, what are your concluding speech for this program?
Thank you, Mr. Chima. I have a follow-up question as in to conclude this section. And my question goes to our global
Okay, I think we have a bit of a technical hitch from your end, as we can hardly hear you. Could you please speak up so that Mr. Chairman can respond to your question appropriately?
I'm saying that I'm asking if Sterling Global couldn't meet up with their timeline, their promise that contract or the project will last what is Agwa Central Union doing in order
Okay, if I heard you,
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know if the chairman heard you very well.
I didn't hear him very well, but I guess he was talking about if timeline from Stalin. This is a project that is handled in collaboration with the bank and other partners. Somehow there might be bureaucracy in raising certificate for milestones. But I have discussed with the contractor to make sure that he meets the timeline so that there will not be delay in disbursement of funds from Sterling Global. The funds have been deposited in the bank, and the instruction is when you get to this milestone, raise another money. When you get to the other milestone, raise them, disburse another money. So we are following it up. The money is not in Agwa Central Union account. It's not in my account. I can only assure if it is in my account that this money will be released anyhow. But it's the fund. The money is deposited in the bank, and the bank has their monitoring team. Agwa Central Union has their monitoring team. The moment the first milestone is about to be completed, the contractor will be advised on the next thing to do. And I know he knows the next thing to do. So for now, we're not thinking about Sterling Global failing. We're only thinking about things being done and done right. We can also not guarantee some certain things like nature, if there's rainfall or maybe insecurity and things like that. There are things we cannot guarantee. But on our own side, we'll make sure that we follow up and we give the contractor every maximum support it requires to get into the next point. At this point, also, I'd like to thank our traditional rulers who have been very, very there for us. They've been solidly behind us. I'd like to say a special thank you to the AZES. I can't name them all, but Udi one has been very, very helpful. The traditional rulers in the host communities have been very, very helpful. The AZES in the transitional lines and areas like Oba, they have been very, anytime we call upon them, they have been very, very supportive. We can't do all these things alone. At some point in time, we are going to call them to talk to their ward in the various autonomous communities to be part of this project. And I'm very, very sure they will not fail us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much for being part of this program. We'd like to thank you for your time. As our time is already past the scheduled time, but we have to allow the few minutes to allow you express and explain to our people all that they need to hear. I'd like to tell you that it's our privilege to have you in the studio, and we do hope that subsequently we shall be calling on you to talk to our people about the progress of the project. Thank you for coming. Please, you are concluding words as we wrap up the program.
My concluding word is I like to appreciate the President General of Agwa Central Union. He's very, very hardworking. I have seen high level of honesty, high level of transparency in the executive of Agwa Central Union, high level of transparency, high level of commitment, and that is why we are going the pace where we are going now. I'd like to thank all the sons and of Agwas, those in diaspora, those have been supporting us in one way or the other. In fact, they have been very, very wonderful in supporting us, especially our sons and daughters outside Nigeria. The strength we have today is because of the support we are getting from them. And we promise, within the time we are going to be in office as executive of Agwa Central Union, we will make sure that we change the narrative. We are changing the narrative, but there is so much to be done in the community. with their further support, and then that of the indigenes, when we go, we will do more. It is a task all of us should be committed to. And then in December this year, by the special grace of God, we all celebrate with electricity by the special grace of God. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for joining us in the studio this morning. I also like to thank Comrade John Mbono, who was also in the studio to ask valuable questions that has clarified everyone watching us. Thank you. This will be the end of our program today. See you again next time and same channel for our subsequent edition. Thank you. Bye.